So you can use it to generate pictures. Like that's what I'm using. So I said generate uncompleted building. So you can use it to generate some pictures. Let me say I think we can do a class on AI. What do you think after this one? Some AI tools and how to use it. So you see,
Boys.
yeah, okay.
Online mean
Class now. Patriot. Yeah. Offensive. Affiliate markets. Maybe we'll do a class on that. So. Say releasing stake per releasing budget. I'm that's something the crap That's why nobody have any problem.
The church was moving. The church
I understand. I have a lot of potential. You get it. Only me, I will not do anything. Do you have, but you know what I'm trying to say? Because Secretary said our job should come first. Before any call. So I have a job to do. That you see that. But President said, huh? Maybe when they talk about Kame arrangement, what I think. But I don't think it's pretty, but say, I don't know how it's from exactly. So me, I have to be the best I can do is break and go later. But my class is 1, so last one by 10, I have to. So depending on how. But the bishops for the whole is. So there's high council of the 10. Yes, you are the best in the high council, and that's fine. So stay present. Then you like I wait until the is 9. Yes. Is that dress code? That's 5 minutes. You should wear a place that time. Why? Okay, no problem. What's your moyana? Hey. Okay, anyway, since we are building offline, then you take a drive. And I'm over drive around because my boy. So right. I say I saw the yellow. Right click in echo, restart all services. Then refresh to it. So today we'll learn how to create a hero. The hero we talked about. I think we generated the content for that. The virus.
Oh, the virus is a bit of actually will be
Arena achieve. Okay, have all of you downloaded it? Not downloaded. So there are three. So there you can't see the word. You get eye problem, and I mean because I'm too close. I've had the glasses. Okay, okay. So there are three plugins I gave you. So one is called Elementor Pro. Elementor, we downloaded it last 2 weeks, right? It's a page builder, but the Pro will give you like added functionality. You have all the features you need to build your site. Then I gave you a Rev Slider plugin. So that plugin is to help you to create sliders. I showed you the slider last time, right? And then the last one is Fluent Forms. It is used to create forms. So if you want somebody to be able to come to the site and fill up a form, you use that. So you realize that WordPress is just like a platform. And then you use these plugins to be able to add functionality to your website. How that makes sense? Exactly. So as I go, so you can do your own research. For example, the Fluent Forms is not the only plugin for creating forms. There are other ones. So but that's the one that I use because I found that to be the best one. But you can do your own research to find other, plugins that can be able to do certain things for you. All right. Chairman, why? What's the press for the photo? The top phone, no. 11 Pro Max. I don't understand. But I think 4,000 is okay now. 4,000. What's it? Every week 20 Ghana. There's not been 10 years in which you have. Wait, you know about cry. So this plugin is what you do inside the WordPress. So when you go to WordPress, you go to you can get some plugins. But what I've given you, I told you they are premium ones. You can't find them here. Here are free plugins. So I downloaded them from where I bought it, and I've copied it for you. I've also put it on a platform. So it means you download it either from the platform or you copy it from the drive and install it in your WordPress. Okay. So yeah, so there's an issue, right? So you download it and then we can proceed. Match it. There's some upload limits prompt that you receive when you attempt to upload a file. So by default, WordPress has a limit of a file size you can upload. Hence, we are getting that feedback. And so we need to go into the WordPress settings and expand that limit. So what I say. So we're going to increase the limit. So I've sent another file again in your, how do you call it? Yeah, your platform. So to expand that limit, you go to the another way. Still. Okay, all right. But it is website maybe or a clear way. Okay. So you go to the WAMP server on drive C. Okay, drive C, WAMP 64. Drive C, WAMP 64. And that is the WAMP server installation directory. Then you go to the www, then your Piggy Palace. You open Piggy Palace. Then you find a certain file called .htaccess. See if you can find that file, .htaccess. So navigate here, drive C, WAMP 64, www, then Piggy Palace. You are there. Oh, okay. Do you find a .htaccess?
Yes.
All right. So we will right click it and say open with Notepad. Okay. It's a text document. So what we want to do is the codes I sent to your WhatsApp, you copy, there's some content, you copy it and paste it over here. Okay. So let me show you. So the WhatsApp, this is it here. So open. So I'll copy it. Then in this text document, the htaccess document, I'll paste it just after I'll paste it before this one, the if module here. Okay. So if you look at that document, so this is what it reads like. The maximum upload limit has been increased. This is 256 megabyte. So it means that you can upload stuff beyond. So it means that the file we want to upload is going to work because we have now increased the upload limit. Then for post size, so if you make a WordPress post, like you write an article, the size too, we have increased it. Then maximum execution time. If you're uploading something and it's reading, okay, sometimes it will time out, but we are saying that it will take 300 seconds. It should load to like 300 seconds before it may time out. Those timeouts and those limits are for security reasons, but we are increasing it so that we can be able to do whatever work we want to do. All right, so once you are done, you click on File and then Save. And then you can now go and attempt to upload your file again. I hope that makes sense. So the exercise we have just done is to increase the upload limit size. What exactly do you want? The page, the WhatsApp page, the website. It can't open. Chairman, the guy beside you, it should show you. I don't know also. I'll refill logins. It means you have forgotten your login. Okay. There's a way I'll show you, but it's quite technical, but that's fine. Yeah, so you're on the website. Just that it's a page when I'll be top whatever local host. /Piggy Palace. It's called /WP admin. You are entering the administrative. So do then try again. So you see now I've been able to install the ref slider. You don't need put the network to get a file. And if I drive in the brand, and every time you pass in the one, I'm on Sam.
Say I'm down there.
Yeah. Upload limits. This will be recorded for quality and training purpose. So when you install the plugin, so I installed a Revolution slider. So you realize that over here, it creates a tab. So that's how the plugins work. So once you install it, it will create a tab for that particular plugin. So I'll click on Ref Slider here, and let's see what we got. So they are saying that agree to share related. I'll say no thanks. Okay, so this is it. So here we can create a new slider, or we can create from a template. Okay, so we are going to create a new blank slider or module because we want to put our own content and control whatever we see there. It's so easy. So let's create our first slide. So I'll click here on blank. And then it comes up with a guide. So assuming you want to follow a certain guide, that's fine here. So you have, so let's start the guide and see. So what type of model do you want to create? You want to create a slider. We'll click on next. Then we have full width, auto, or full screen. Okay, so full width, this is an example of full width. It covers the whole width. And can't see what baby, we call that a full width. Then we have auto. Okay, auto, they can put a dimension so that it can only show within a particular side. Then we have full screen. Full screen will cover the whole screen. So that will be like the only thing you will see on the screen. So what we want is a full width slider. And then we have the sizing to content. We want intelligent inheriting. What this means is that it will adjust itself based on the device. We call it responsive. So in web design, we call something responsive. A responsive website means that no matter the device that you view it on, the content will adjust itself and become readable. So imagine you have, let me open that that same website here. So you see how the slider looks over here. Okay, so you see this slider. Okay, this side looks here. I don't know if you can see well. I see all the way to know. It can be responsive. About that same. It can be safe, but Oh. But you see, it has adjusted itself to the device that I've opened with. So we call that intelligent inheritance or responsiveness. So a website that is not responsive, it means that maybe your phone, it looks weird. And then maybe your tablet, so it looks weird. But these days, almost every website is automatically responsive. And so that is the option that we chose. All right. Okay, so let's go back here. Then I'll click on go to editor. All right. I think at this point I can close. This is just like a help guide. So this is our slider. And so we are first going to add the background image. Okay. So we'll add an image here. So I'll click here on. So the content you want to add, for example, this is a text. Okay, this one we see. This is also a text, and this is a button. Okay, so text, button. And from the content we have, this is going to be a text, healthy, well-bred piglets. Then we'll have a headline, piglets for sale, start your farm right. Choose from a variety of piglets. Then we'll have a call to action. That one will be a button, okay, called browse our piglet. So it's a button. It means when you click, it will take you somewhere. So that one is not a text. So that one will choose button. So you can see here we have button. It means that one will add a button and write that it says browse our piglets. It means that we'll have a shop. We'll create a shop later where we'll sell the piglet. Remember, we said as part of the page structure, we are going to have a shop. Do you remember? So that when we click on that, it will take us to the shop. But the shop page, we'll create it later. But for now, we are just creating the slider. All right. Okay. So add layer, image. Then we'll adjust the size of the image. So this is the image here. But this is just a placeholder, right? There's no image yet. So how do we now add our image? Very, 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 very simple. When I say very, very, it's just simple. Very, very, very. Okay. I will say simple, and I say yes. But it's simple. So immediately we added it. You see that it will add it here. It means this is the image. So if you add a button, it will be listing them over here. So this is the image we have just added. You can select it and press delete if you want to delete it. So you realize that now there's no image over here because we have deleted it. So I'm going to add it again. So add layer, image. Then adjust the size. So you can see those four corners. We can drag them to adjust the size. Now let me add my image. So with this selected, I'll go to okay, I'll go to content here. So I'll select the image, go to content. Then I'll click on media library. Okay, so now you should have the pictures. I told you to download some pictures. If you haven't, you have to go and do it. And I gave you two websites where you can get those pictures from. Okay, so I'll click here on media library. And then you see that this is the WordPress library. So all the images you'll be uploading, they will come here. If you upload an image once, it will always be in WordPress. You don't have to upload it again. But we don't have any images uploaded. That is why this place is empty, white. So here you can also see that the maximum upload size is for 256. That is because of the setting that we did. So the maximum upload speed has been increased for us. So I'll click on select files. And what I'll do is I have a number of images I've downloaded. So I'll just select all of them. All right. Then I'll click on open. I believe you know how to select multiple pictures. So now it will upload all of them. So I'll now choose the picture I want to use. The title of the hero is, okay, this premium butchering. So I don't think I have any picture related to butchering. So let me do this one, the healthy, well-bred piglets. So I'll choose, which one will be better for it? This one. How about this one? This one. This one. We can see some piglets there. Your image should also match your content. Don't put healthy bred piglets and you have put piglets that are like, they are not healthy. Okay, it will miscommunicate. So your communication should be, proper. So I'll select this. So now I can see that we have the picture over there. Okay. Now what's the next thing? We're going to add a text. So we'll go back there, add layer, then we'll add what? A text. All right. So the text has been added. It's a okay, tick. So when I select the text, I'll put it somewhere here. Then we have the content. What do we want in that text? So I'll go to and then I'll copy healthy, well-bred piglets. Then I'll paste it here. Okay, so we have healthy, well-bred piglets, but the visibility is not really good, right? So I need to make some further adjustments to it. So we'll click on style here, and under style, okay, note that we are adjusting the style of the text because that is the currently selected layer. There are two layers now. One is what? Image and the text. So make sure you have the right layer selected before going through this sentence. I hope you get it. All right, so now what do we want to do? We want to change the text size and maybe the text font, the font type as well. You know what fonts are. My favorite font is Montserrat. Nobody should use it. It's customized for me. I'm not sure if you find it. Maybe you find it, but it's a very nice font I really like. Okay, so Montserrat. Then I'll change the size. It's currently 20, so I'll change this to 40. Okay. Let me do 60. Okay, because that is like the title, so it has to be bigger. Okay, it has to be bigger. Let me check the content again. Healthy, well-bred piglets. Okay. But I think I want to change the font, okay, because I want the text to be bold. So this font, on my Windows, I have the different, but over here I don't have the bold for it. So let me see. Oh, okay. I think we have. So we have. Let me do extra bold. Good. This is perfect. This is like this is good. You understand? So I've added the main text. So I'll add the other small text. So we'll add another layer. What layer are we going to add? Text, right? Okay. So we'll add another text layer. I'll drag it down here. Go back to my Piggy Palace. Then copy the content. Now the headline and sub headline, you see, it's not part of it. It just tell you that that's the headline, that's the sub headline. It's not really part of the text. Okay, so I'll copy all of this. I'll edit it later. So I'll copy this, come to my slider, select that, go to content, then I'll paste it. Then I'll delete that headline information there. Then a sub. Okay. So now what I have is piglet for sale. Start your farm right. Choose from a variety of piglets raised with care. Yeah, not to go. Okay. All right. So this one too, I'll go to style, choose my Montserrat. Make sure your font is consistent. Don't mix the fonts. If you're having one font, it should be consistent throughout. I hope you get it. It's one of the design principles. Yes, I have some bold, some lighter, and so on. So with this, the font size, it should not be the same as the big one. Okay, there should be a hierarchy. The other one, is it 40? This is 60. This is 40. Let me make this 30. I think 30 should be fine. All right. So we have 30. Now we have things to control the spacing. So for example, this 25, if we change this to 30, you see that it increases the space between it. All right. So you change it as sufficient. I'll do 40. Okay. So in fact, I'm actually done, except that I just feel that the image should be a bit lighter. You get it? It should be a bit lighter because the visibility is not really good. And so let me see. Normally, what I'll do is, I know how to use Photoshop. So I just take it, adjust the color, and then I bring it in. Okay. But let me see if they have some options here for that. And yes, idea. If we go do Photoshop, um, one thing, this is should be an overlay or something. I don't think we have that option out of the box here. So for now, um, we'll keep it like that. I think they've made a lot of updates, so I'm sure it might be somewhere, but not to delay. We'll just go ahead with this. Okay. So what I've just done here is like a simple slider. Okay. Now this is the slider. We are going to have how many slides? 5, right? 5 slides. So this is just one of the slides. Okay. So to add the next slide, you go here to slides, then you click on add slide. You get it? So if I click on add slide here, it will add a new slide. So it's like, then I'll go to the next one, upload the image, add the heading, then add the subheadings. Do you get a picture? Do you get a picture? Okay. Now, if I want to go back to the other slide to make changes, I'll come back to slides here. Then that is the slide number 1. So if I click on slide number 1, it will bring back the other slide. Then I can make the changes that I need. If I go back to slide number 2, I add my image. After that, I create another slide to have my third slide. So now we have how many slides? 3 slides. Okay, so go to the setup and create your first slide. Okay, so go to the setup and create your first slide. So in design, there's something we call contrast. All right, contrast means that 2 colors. For example, 2 colors that are sharp in difference. Very good. That is just like black and white. They are sharp in difference. Okay. There are some colors that they are both light. So, for example, yellow and white. Writing yellow on a white, the yellow will not be very visible because it's not dark. It's also light. So the yellow color will not be visible. It means there's no contrast. But if you have white on a black, you see how it means high contrast. Very good. So the reason why this is not popping is because of the contrast issue. This image is not really dark. If you back down how they are, you will see that there's contrast because that side is dark. Very good. But up here, it's not. So they have this layer called a shape. All right. So look at it. If I add a shape, you see how the shape looks? It's a little bit darker. So I'll just put it on the image. All right. So I'll put it across the slider. But it looks like it's on top of all of them. So I need the text to come on top. You get a point. So this is it. So you see these layers. They are arranged like that. So if I want this shape, the text to be on top, I have to drag the shape below. So that it comes on top of the image. Then the 2 texts will come on top of that layer or the shape. Very good. You understand? Shape, yeah. It's just So now I forgot my button. So I'll click to add a button. Okay, button layer. So they say what kind of the style that I need, the thing that they will click, So I'll say I just need something simple, all right. Or let me use this. Let me use this one. So I'll click this, and it will be added. All right. So I'll drag this here. All right. So let me close it. So now I'll select that button, go to content, then I'll put the content of what I want to show on the button. And that is which one? The browse our piglet, right? So browse our piglet. I'll copy it, come here and paste it. All right. Um, so browse our piglets. I can go to style and make changes to the text as well. I think I'll do this 25. The text size 25. Yeah, I think this is okay. This is not bad. So you see how we have quickly created, how do you call it? A simple slider, okay? A simple slider. This is very nice. This is actually very professional. One thing about design is you have just simple design is great. But your whole colors, yellow, what was it? Now I hear some style. So normally companies have colors. They could have corporate colors. They are at most two or three. So you can use that kind of theme to be creating your design. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think fair enough. That's it. So I'll save my slider here. Where is it? Save. So I'll go on to create the next slider. But don't watch me. You know how to use. So you finish your first slider. All right. I'll go ahead with my next slider. So slide 2. No, it's okay to be slow. Okay. When you get used to it, you'll be doing it fast, fast, fast. Um, so 60, 30, 60, 30, 20. To get the content. So I said I need content. So it was a history. Not many about how are you today? Have you eaten? Blah, blah, blah. So I gave a brief. I'm creating a website for a client who owns a pig farm called Piggy Palace. He provides the following services that I list services. Provide comprehensive content for each of the services above. Create an FAQ. We say FAQ, okay, thank you. With responses for the pig farm website. Generate 5 sample testimonials for the pig farm. Generate a portfolio for the CEO. His name is Raymond Sarkodie. He has 10 years experience in the business, has a wife and 3 kids. Into Owie and Nameka said, I need content for a hero slider on the page. Here, there are going to be 5 sliders. Then he gave me those sliders. So it's a history. If you just go and type, I need content for a hero slider, you're not going to get what you need. But you can say that I'm creating a pig farm website for it. I need 5 content for hero slider. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a very good question. So we select the picture. So where you have the content now, so you go back to, so there's the picture, you go back to media library, open library, then you choose a different picture. So the same place, you choose a different picture, it's going to replace it. If you want to save the file here, down here we have save here. So click on save down there. I think we can work a bit smarter here because you realize that the layout is the same for all the slides. So I think we can create one slide, then you duplicate it. So you duplicate, then you just change the text and the image rather than having to add put in the size of the text and this and all over again. You get it? So I'll show you how that is done in a bit. Okay, so this is what I was trying to say. So I've created the first one. So if I go to slides here, let me delete. I'll delete the other two slides. Please let's watch here. So I have one slide created. I just want us to be smarter. We don't want to create an empty slide again and have to put the layer, all those things all over again. So with this, I'll go to slide. Then over here by the slide, you see this. This is to make a copy of it. So if I click to make a copy, so it copies it to slide 2. So I just have to change the text. So that not I have faster more and the picture. So that to be faster. I hope you get the idea. Yeah. So drag it. But that to drag it. But so image. Now how many images do you have? No, click and drag it. Very good. But that text. Uh, should no. Embra text. Do you get it? But we have two images. They can use only one image unless it's a delectable.
So how will we know say image we refer to finish?
It's similar to one.
When you refer
Yeah, top one. Then, no.
yeah. I just need him but the other
One locking. Or Control Z, man.
Okay.
And normally, yeah, selected. Yeah.
Yeah,
So when I also selected now, what be on? Yeah. Obia, only you need to first run the and I know your solution. And to run it when you are WordPress will create it. Yeah. Okay, it's okay. Like I stretching it depends on how you added it. I think you went here, right? You added from here. That's why. But you can add this. I said we can add it as an. Oh, are they as an image? That way you have control to adjust the. But now are they in the background? And then the back cover, we can adjust it because that's the background. So it depends on how you want it. So oh, are they as a layer? Oh, and then you bit more adjusting. But if I say cover the whole background, so we go to the background. Where is it? So it's an image. Then they can upload it. So it depends on how you want it. Okay. So you let me proceed. I'm still recording, right? So you can follow the recording later. After this, I'm done. Let me coffee. Because they may ready. So I've created 3 slides. So this is the first one. Welcome to my changing background. So let me change the background. The images are very nice. Also, the shape, the shape you can adjust how dark it is. Okay, a light black, right? You can adjust it. So if I select the shape and I go to style, here we have the background color. So here I can adjust how dark or how light it is. To make a dark background. Good. This is a professional. Like it's very easy to do. Okay. Don't feel you want to do big. No. Just simple stuff. So you can save it here. Then you can preview, see how it looks. So we have not yet used it on our page. We are just creating the hero for now. Okay. Okay. So I'll click on preview here. Then this will give us an idea. So premium butchering services, precision butchering for the finest staff, experience expert butchering service. Then it changes to the next one. Okay. Then it changes to the next one. So I'll show you something. You see. Good. So once I come to the website, that's the first thing they will see about the company. Okay, now let's close this. When you click on this is the navigation. All right, if you click on this, we can, for example, we can add a progress bar. What a progress bar will do is that when it's loading, we'll see a bar. When the bar ends, the next one will come. Because the first preview we did, you don't know when it's going to change. So the progress bar will add some life to it so that when it's going, the person knows that, oh, the slider is going to change in a bit, not to sit in, confusing when is the slider going to change. So here we can set the kind of slider that we need. So we have different styles, okay? Let's look at the horizontal. So the horizontal style. Then you can add an arrow. So arrow type, I'll put it on so that I may not have to wait for the slider to load to the next one. I can just skip it to the next slider. So I've enabled the first one is on progress, right? And the other one is arrow. Now let's see how that will look now. I'll save this, click on preview. So you see the progress. So this is the progress. It means that when it gets to the end, it goes to the next. We also see the arrow so that we can click by ourselves and go to the next item without having to wait around for it to load. That makes some sense, right? Okay, so I'll close this. the progress, that one was a horizontal one. We can have vertical. Let's see how the vertical looks like. So you see the vertical one. You see. So once it gets to the top, it changes to the next one. All right. So you can have different options. This is circle. Okay. Let me save the arrow. Even the arrow, we can have a different style for it. So I'll choose the Hermes. So you can see the arrow style. Right. Eris, Zeus, Zeus, Metis. So you can make those kind of changes. Bullet, you can enable bullets. That one to come at the bottom. Okay, so for each slide there will be a bullet for it. I'll click on save. Now let's preview. So I choose cycle. So you see the cycle is loading. So when the cycle is done, then to change to the next slide. I can also click on the arrow to change it up again. Very, very, very
Simple.
very, very, very
Simple.
yo. And this is the bullets. Okay. All right. So me, I'm done.